Welcome back to the CSGO Pro League. Guys, I'd like to take this opportunity to thank one of our sponsors, Mountain Dew, for making this season happen. As I say, be like blue and do the do. But I'd also like to, hey. All right, guys, also the Guild Wars 2 World Championship is taking place September 17th. That's actually taking place in this studio in Burbank, California, live in California. And that's $200,000 in prize money. It's gonna be the world's best teams. And for more information on that, go to @ESLGW2 on Twitter. But let's talk a little bit about this awesome match taking place. It's gonna be Liquid going up against SK Gaming.
Yeah, this should be a good one too. The last game was really exciting towards the end for sure. But this Liquid SK game is interesting. You know, the history there with the, them SK beating Liquid in the finals of the last major. And yeah, here we have the Liquid roster with Hiko, Pimp, Nitro, JDM, and Elige. Pimp, obviously the newcomer, replacing Simple. Those are tough shoes to fill.
Yeah, not simple shoes to fill.
No, they're not very simple shoes to fill. That's good.
All right, so let's
take,
there.
That was good.
Thank you. Let's take a look at SK Gaming. Obviously, their roster. Run through it.
We have Fallen, Coldzera, FNX, Taco, and Showtime, the stand-in for Fur. Coldzera, by far the best player in the world right now, in my opinion. He's just consistently insane.
Yeah.
He always puts up incredible numbers. Every single tournament, he never takes a series off, ever. He's always, always, always performing well. When Fallen performs well, Taco's doing his thing. They are the best team in the world, and Liquid's going to struggle to take them down. All
right, guys, without further ado, let's get this match underway. Going to throw it over to the casters. That's the Blue and the Bears.
Hello, I am the Blue.
Hey, welcome back. I'm glad to see you back in one piece from Poland.
I should be welcoming you back because you're not joining the desk. I've already been here for the past 2 episodes.
But it's me the first time since from your
as
event
far as
this
the
weekend.
Knows anyway.
Well, as far as they know, yeah. But I would like to inform them, let them know.
Well, we are getting live very quickly, and there's 2 new kind of players in the works since the last time these two faced each other on a huge stage in Cologne, Germany. Showtime stepping in for SK, and Pimp taking the place of Simple on Team Liquid. It's already live in the T round for SK now. And Team Liquid jumping onto the CT side, so let's take a look at how things are going to go as SK send 3 of their players very fast over towards long A, with 2 more inside of the halls.
They're making a lot of noise too, and they don't care. They're just rushing out towards A right now. They're doing a little split here, but Pimp's in a very good position to catch these people off guard. Nitro with a nice headshot. And Pimp starts swings and gets another kill on Coldzera. And now SK is like, wait a minute, let's just fall back because we have the B-bomb site.
Let's just send the bomb around. As Pimp, again, is actually going to go to chase this bomb, seeing if he can grab before it gets to the site. He holds up a bit just at the exit to the mid connector, which is where this bomb is ultimately going to be able to escape in the hands of Fallen over to the site. And obviously, as an extension of that, will be planted down here in about 5 seconds or so.
And Liquid has no idea. They completely have given up the B-bomb site, and they're going to be kind of surprised that it's going to be planted so easily.
We got the idea, definitely. It's just, unfortunately, they're not going to be able to do a whole lot to stop it. Hiko and Nitro down very, very low at 14 and 12 HP, and they're the 2 main players at the edge of the door. The guy that's actually really going to be able to take the brunt of the damage is still working for this long flank at this point. Pimp is moving his way through the castle out over onto the bomb site itself, and I mean, more than likely, they're going to be expecting someone to be here, and yep, there you go. Down he goes. FNX finishes it, but Hiko moves out, finds 1 kill. It's not going to last very long, though. It all falls to Nitro in a 1v2, and we're also on the cusp of an ace from FNX, and he's going to grab it. Nicely done all across the map, racking up the kills, taking down the entire roster.
Ah, it's by FNX.
But
that was a nice play by SK on how they showed the bomb in that A halls and caused them to over-rotate towards that A bomb site. And they just took over B, and that was an easy take. It seemed like it was too easy.
And now we'll see if it continues to be easy now as Team Liquid go for the force. Interesting double scout pickup on both Pimp and Nitro. The shotty from Hiko, personal favorite of his on this map. JDM, of course, a little bit lighter to save for the op on the first gun round. And Elige, probably the one with kind of a normal buy for this type of round, going for a CZ and armor pickup.
Yeah, that shotgun's pretty dangerous on this map. And now SK is tossing smokes. Just trying to bait out Team Liquid and see if they're going to push or peek or even just make any noise. And so far, Team Liquid is not doing anything much. And they're going to just bait out Taco. Taco just loves to push by himself and have his team bait him. Right now, still Showtime getting an easy kill. Exchange, nice exchange by JDM, and he goes shotgun kill. Coldzera's clean it up.
And FNX now going to move his way over onto the site. Fallen as well, grouping up. Pretty much full control already gained, and interestingly enough, the 2 that are still left up and running are the scout players, but boxed out of the site completely. And SK don't really want to seem to give them any room to find a way to get back into this bomb site. Liquid know this, and they know that they're really not going to be viable in the retake. It's not even like they could recover any of the drop guns anyway, since the 3 that already were taken out were in the site. So it's smarter just to fall back and save these scouts, so maybe they can be a little bit more of use on the 3rd round.
Yeah, it's pretty smart by Team Liquid to do this. Scouts would definitely be more beneficial for when they could actually possibly win the round. Right now, it doesn't look good at all, and SK is going to fall or actually push out and chase them and hopefully see if they can catch any Liquid people snoozing around in a corner.
Nitro will be the one that may be able to spot the best, but at the moment, he's not even really looking out, and he should be safe behind the little fountain here.
I know, it is against Fallen, though. He's about to fight with Fallen, who's going to try to spot. I think he spots him. Nope.
No, he drops down. He knows where he is now, though, of course, and he can try to chase it, but he's going to get up close and personal. Fallen trying to check the other way, seeing if it was a bait, and nicely played there by Nitro. Just plays Ring on the Rosie. Doesn't want to take the risk, and there's not really a need to, so saving the guns. Not a huge victory, but at least it now opens up the possibility for some scout shots to mess with the SK players on this round.
It's baby steps. You have to take one round at a time, and each scout can help you win that one round.
Just got to put one foot in front of the other, man.
That's what to do. One pant leg at a time, okay? I don't know anyone that does 2. It's weird.
So SK, again, will move into the B-bomb site. It's a pretty quick push this time as well. Cold wrapping out there, just picking up the kills. And just like that, we're back down to 2 scouts.
And it took 2 rounds for SK to be like, yeah, I'm not scared of Team Liquid now.
Now they're just going to hunt him down as well. Look at it. Cold, he didn't get that first kill. What the hell?
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Cold, who's tried to snap aim on him and didn't get the first kill. And Nitro picking it off Taco. But now looks like Fallen has taken out Nitro, and Pimp, he's going to have to do some work if he wants to save his gun, but they're going to be chasing him down. He's low, and it's not a good position for Pimp.
Deacon out, tries to go for the no-scope, and they're going to knife him. It's a crazy battle.
Money,
but
give him
Fallen
that money.
Gets the 1,500 with the knife kill. Takes him a minute, but he will indeed grab it there. Really, at this point, just trying to rattle the cages a bit, make Liquid a bit more unstable in the head. And so far, they seem to be doing a great job, obviously, as they swing through the first 3 rounds with no problems whatsoever. Now that we get onto the first gun round, JDM's got the op in hand. Everybody else has got rifles. A bit low on utility. I mean, they've got enough, granted, but they're just missing like Molotovs and HE grenades, which could be useful in a post-plant scenario. But we'll wait and see if that actually ends up being too negative for them when the execute moves in from SK.
And it looks like SK put Cold Zero on the opposite of Fallen, which is understandable. Cold Zero is very amazing with the op as well. It looks like Liquid's going to try to get to the boost, and JDM misses a shot, and Showtime capitalizes on that. That was an easy shot for JDM to miss. Nice jumps by Showtime, just jumping right over that op shot. And now Taco's creeping up. See if he can split this defense. They're both, I mean, it's a bad spot if Taco would peek on these guys, because they got a pretty nice crossfire going on. And SK maybe can kind of sense it, so they're going to wait back, maybe let Cold Zero and Showtime work on the other side of the map, see if they hear any footsteps, and then they'll probably move up.
Pimp again sitting himself on that little boost up spot just beyond the suicide area here. Not moving from it anytime soon either, and he's even got the support of Nitro, so SK moving forward may find themselves in a bit of a battle to get control. However, they actually catch Nitro with a nade in hand. Here is where Pimp comes into effect, though, and he shuts down both of them. FNX did eliminate Nitro, but it's still a trade that favors the Team Liquid side. And also the bomb still stuck in the suicide area. Fallen, very ballsy move, is going to move up for that kill, but he grabs it, though, picks it up, and he's free to push to the A side if he wants to, which I think he's actually favoring to do. He's calling for his teammates to rotate off of B instead and join him, because that side's wide open now.
That was a nice move by Fallen. And now he's just kind of lurking around, trying to bait out a counter-terrorist. He's checking every spot, except for the back sight. Oh, he baited it. That's smart by him. I like it. And now Liquid's running back. Hiko trying to get an early pick, but Showtime picks him off. Elige now is going to probably save this gun. Yes, he's going to save the gun. Good play. Good round by SK. I thought they're going to possibly lose that round in the A-Hall exchange, but they managed to exchange pretty well, even though Team Liquid was stacked in that area.
I can see too. Elige just going to check himself away from the action once more. Another save being called from him, and I think the SK guys, I mean, here's the thing too, is they're really adamantly going for these hunts, even though the fact that they haven't really built up like a whole lot of cash. They've got a decent amount, and they can afford to do this, but still, they are kind of risking that cash flow a bit by putting Showtime in that position. Really just waiting to see if Elige is going to go for the drop down, but he won't move beyond this, it seems.
Yeah, I think it's a confidence thing. SK has, they're soaring with confidence right now. They're the number one team in the world, and they're just dominate everyone that they play. And they play against Team Liquid, and so far it's been a struggle for Team Liquid to even partake in these online games as well against a team like SK. They're going to have to really step up their game if they want to have a chance.
And it's SK's first game of the season as well, so they want to be able to get off onto a right footing, not find themselves at the bottom of the leaderboards here. And obviously Showtime still showing up as the fill-in for one of their main players here. So they want to make sure that they can still
impact elbow peek, but he still gets hit. Nice shot by Pimp. Now SK, they're just sitting back. It looks like they're going to probably work towards A. They have 4 people towards that mid area. Cold Zero's on the other side of the map, just holding for any platform pushes and just playing for the information game right now. It's very important to have the information game, knowing where people stack and where they might stack in a corner, on ecos. Very common for teams to stack on ecos.
Nitro's still waiting around the corner here too, wanting to get himself a piece of the action. The members of SK are ready to push out to the site, but for Team Liquid, now starting to spread out a bit more here too to figure out where exactly the take is going to hit. And for SK, it looks like it is shifting over to the B bomb site.
And as SK started to shift, Team Liquid shifts to A. So the mind games are in favor of SK.
It's not working out very well for Liquid at this point, so Alige is going to be the pressure man once again. I mean, he's got the big rifle. He was able to save in the last round. Now we need to see it come into big effectiveness, and he's not in the best position to do it from. The best hope he has is to wait for these guys to take site and not check him and then peek out, but he goes right for it as soon as they move in, and that's going to allow him to basically fall as soon as this take begins at the hands of Fall In. And now SK...
No pun intended?
I more wanted to emphasize that it wasn't a pun, which is why I said that. But
I'm all for the puns. All right, I don't know why people don't like puns. I'm all about the puns.
Sometimes it's a little bit corny, and you kind of run into it on your own, so you wanna avoid it.
Corny is okay. All right, it's okay to be corny sometimes. You have to.
Not for the majority of the audience. there's a word that I hate that gets spammed when you use puns like that.
Yeah.
That word is cringe.
Oh, cringe? Yeah.
I hate that word.
They don't know what cringe is.
I hate that word.
They don't know what that is.
Ever since Leafy became a thing, like everybody in Twitch chat just spams that word.
Leafy?
Yeah, it's that random YouTuber.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, neither do I.
Sorry, I'm not in with the Leafy quotes or whatever he does.
I hate that word so much.
Cringe.
I actually have it blocked on like my Twitch stuff now, like so I just don't have to see it anymore.
I didn't know that was possible. You amaze me
Better
every
Twitch
time.
TV. Listen to that.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's God's gift to Twitch viewers.
It looks like Team Liquid has an AWP Scout combo, so instead of double AWP, they got Scout. Let's see if Pimp is able to get some kills, maybe some hits. And SK is sending 4 towards B with FNX lurking in the middle, tossing some smokes, trying to listen to any aggressive footsteps in the middle. And it looks like, though, he's going to fall back towards B. Hiko, though, is in the drop area. He's going to face off against Showtime and Fallen, who looks like they want to flush him out in this area.
The rest of SK are going to go for the execute here, to at the very least start the fledglings to lead into it here. Drop-down control is easy, since Team Liquid seem to be taking the more passive route with holding it. At the moment, though, they don't really have anybody watching, like, the site connector. I think would be the closest one, but there's no one really in here, so if they want to jump out window and do an A pinch, they could absolutely do that. But granted, they're not going to find this info. Drop is still a little bit too hot to check for these sorts of things, and you can see from Showtime, too, that Molotov has brought him down very low to 10 HP. The rest of the team is just going to proceed down the normal route here. We'll see some pressure on the platform in a moment, but drop is where things are going to start.
Yeah, Hiko's at the rock connector area trying to see if they might come out through the connector window or out yellow. SK, though, they're about to execute here. They only have 30 seconds left, so expect them to see them move right now. Liquid should be able to start counter-flashing if they are in good position, and Pimp gets blind. Alige, though, in his side, gets taken out. 2-for-2 trade. It's a 3-on-3 situation. Hiko and JDM take out 2. Cold Zero is on a 1-on-2. He has a lot of time. Not a lot of time, but he has about 15 seconds to make a move.
He's going to move right up here with just the Glock. Picks up a kill. Now one more to go. He's going to go for Nitro, and the flick right onto Nitro's body shuts it down. Cold Zero, the pure confidence brimming from SK right now is absolutely amazing. For Cold Zero to do that with a Glock nonetheless, and then just jump up here and shut down the round. Holy crap, their lead is going to continue forward even more so. 6-0 against Liquid.
That's a round that you should not lose, especially when there's little time left. Play the bomb and expect, like, people like Cold Zero, they will peek on you because they have the confidence. You have to be expecting him to jump and peek at you, Nitro. That was definitely a misplay by you. You should have been ready and ready to bait Hiko.
And Fallen even getting ready to try and trap some of these players that would be peeking around the corner at long A2. He won't find him initially, but has no trouble giving himself away. Trying to check Pimp at the normal spot, but he doesn't see him there. And that could prove to be a big mistake, because, yep, there we go. Pimp is able to peek out there. He was just able to avoid the spray from Fallen. With that, Fallen thought it was all clear, but a big mistake from him, and he loses his life because of it. Yeah,
that was a long time for Pimp to react there. I felt like he could have had a little sooner to kind of peek on him. Maybe he's a little scared. I don't know. That was, but I mean, he still ended up having the kill, so it's not the wrong play. But I expect a little more confidence in his peeking. You know, more precise, faster. You know, you gotta bring it to SK if you want to beat them. You can't just sit back and play passive.
The rest of SK now moving out here in to the mid connector here, just try and prime themselves to move into the site, but that is a perfect pop flash. Now they gotta pop kills, and Nitro doesn't get anything at all. They also know he's outside here, but good flashes again are following things up. They're trapped in this corner. Nitro peeking in, but he stays around for far too long. Cold Zera is gonna find his way back out to catch the trade. We go into a 3-on-4. Pimp stuck in the backside, but also SK, all of a sudden this confidence is gone. They're playing this so slowly. This is buying all the time for Team Liquid to rotate in, and they're ready to hold this site now.
Yeah, Team Liquid is over-rotating. They have all three people towards the A-bomb site. Taco is trying to make his way to plant the bomb, and he spots two people, and the Team Liquid cleans up the round, and they get their first round of the half.
And it comes at a cost there, too, as we saw SK all of a sudden slow things down when Fallen goes down here. They're even trapped by Nitro for such a long time here by this mid connector. He even spots the bomb. This buys the time for these three players that you just saw on the screen to get into that position. And from that, accounting the fact, too, that Hiko is also boosted up. Not necessarily boosted, but he jumps up from the save corner. All that allows for a pretty easy shutdown of the three remaining players on SK.
Team Liquid playing a pretty similar setup. They've been playing on Cbble this entire season so far. They have three people towards being 2A. That seems like their CT default. And Nitro, even though all the nades have been tossed, he's still not rotating over. And SK, there's a nice fake, because it looks like they're going to take over drop area and kind of do an A split right now. And Nitro getting 2 kills.
Seeming to find his stride here a little bit as Fallen takes 2 more.
They spot the bomb. They spot the bomb.
And I think they know it's going to be an A pinch too, so they start to slow rotate. They don't want to move in too quickly. So as in the event it is still going to be a B play, they can sort of catch that and rotate back. But Fallen is indeed in here. And Pimp wasting a lot of time too. Look at this perfect timing on the peak. Jumps right out there, grabs Cold, FNX, and Fallen, and shuts down the round all on his own. Great plays from Pimp. It took Team Liquid quite a few rounds, but it seems like, I mean, these past two, they've been looking in really good shape all of a sudden.
Yeah, that was a nice round by Pimp, being able to wait for his teammates flashbang and then peeking on him.
It's either two, the execute that he grabs. Didn't grab the first kill, unfortunately. We weren't able to see that, but he does indeed successfully shut down the hit for the most part on his own after that flash is tossed in and it assists them. So SK still with another buy here, but very, very limited on utility. This has to be a very direct play. Only 3 smokes, one of them being used just now to push their way into a bomb site. A few random bits of utility beyond that. Nitro, though, caught over peeking a bit, is going to toss down the smoke. Follows it up with a nade. That's not going to do that much damage, but holding here, he's already lost 40% of his HP. He needs to get the heck out of here, but he can't do it. He's going to be surrounded, and that's where Showtime's going to punish. Pimp moves in, he catches the trade, but FNX also pushes up the ramp to find another one. It's 2 for 1 for SK. We got reinforcements moving in for Liquid, but they're kind of moving into a trap here. FNX has the lineup. That's going to shut down Elige, and he goes stuck here at the balcony. Catches one of these guys, Taco, trying to cross over to the site, and is even hunting down an additional player. After he's been spotted, SK will be given time to align and prevent these final 2 from getting away into the site, and I think Liquid knows this, so they're falling back to save.
Yeah, that was a nice play by SK, by able for Showtime to just run up mid, you know, and headshot in that person Halls who killed one of Team SK. I think it was Taco that died. But it was a nice execute by SK. They sent all 5 people towards A, and Team Liquid caught off a little guard right there. They didn't expect him to be up that quick for how slow SK has been taking the map so far.
Past 2 rounds has been a bit slow, but I think, again, after they find that actual first kill, when they sort of trap Nitro and Long, it seems like, I mean, at the moment, based on the way that the past 9 rounds have gone anyway, I mean, they get the first kill, the confidence, and the confidence is definitely bringing for these guys, and they just go full throttle on the round, not giving Liquid any time to think, or rotate for that matter. But you know, if they lose their first player, like we saw, you know, on the 2 rounds Liquid actually picked up, all of a sudden it's very slow, very methodical, but it's not working out, because the plays themselves, while they are slow, and, you know, it's the usual kind of play we expect from SK. It's not really well formed. It's very easy for Liquid to read it and then rotate quickly enough to counter it out.
Looks like Cold Zero is going to try to get an early pick off this B platform. He almost gets mollied a little bit. Showtime's just rushing up. He's already in the bomb site. He's all alone in A.
Nitro as well, trying to line up against FNX. They know he's down here somewhere. They just don't know how many are sitting in this mid connector waiting. So they want to try to punish a few of them if they can.
I think FNX is going to have to make a big play right now if SK wants to win this round. He's in a good position. I don't think they know he's in this area. I don't know. They're just waiting for him. Now they know he's in the middle, and now they're getting boosted up. Showtime missing the shot. Hiko headshotting him. Now it's up to Fallen for a 1-on-4. He gets one, and then Pimp takes him out.
A little bit overwhelming there. Good job from Liquid again on the retake, making sure that they are peeking appropriately to catch for trades and whatnot. Bait situations are set up very well. And Hiko again showing us too, picking up only 1 kill in that round, but for the most part picking up some very crucial kills, not only in this one, but in the 2 previous where they actually won. And good attempts. We saw he was, one of the few to actually grab a kill on that trade round that SK wanted to grab their 7th. So we're still seeing him have some pretty good impact here, despite the fact that it may only be like 1 or 2 kills per round. They're very big kills.
Pimp, though, leading the scoreboard for Team Liquid. Something that we haven't seen all season yet. I don't believe I've seen him top frag. So it's good that he's finally starting to get a feel for Team Liquid, and by having the kills that they need to start winning these rounds.
And SK here as well are getting ready once more to just go for a default B push. They've kept Fallen outside with a scout. And keep in mind, of course, that SK are just going to be executing with upgraded pistols. They got 1 Galil sitting on Taco, but that's it. So not expecting anything super advanced this time, since they need to keep it simple to line up for trades in the event they lose multiple players on this push into the site. Liquid, though, are already ready for something like this. They have a very good lineup, keeping Hiko close to the drop room. Other players are a little bit further back on the site to win the ranged battle. And then also Pimp pressed very far up on long A, even having Nitro to support him in the event it's a rushed take attempt on this site from there. And obviously they'd be able to hear any noise if they pushed up through mid-connector on the ramp, but that's not going to be the case. It'll be the B players that'll be tested. And they will be tested right around now, as it looks like SK is getting ready to execute.
Team Liquid playing super passive towards that drop area. They're giving it up. And it looks like SK is going to back off. They're not going to go for it. Maybe they smell something, or they got something else up their sleeve. SK and Taco, or Fallen and Taco, are lurking out towards the B platform. Hiko spot, well, gets one to really low. Showtime's very low. JDM picks off Taco, and now Hiko flashes in, and he's going to clean up this drop area. Gets picked off by Cold Zero. Now it's a 2-on-4 in favor of Team Liquid.
We can see 2. Pimp gets the mid-air headshot against Cold. So that'll take out one of the few remaining players from SK. It's just FNX here, trying to hold on his own. Grabs 1, but that's going to use pretty much the whole clip, so he's got to go for the fast reload. Now pulling back out, magazine for the gun experts out there. FNX pushes back in. Pimp does pick up 1 more, and that is going to end things to find Team Liquid their 4th round.
Yeah, a great round by Team Liquid. I would have thought they would have maybe wait the extra 1 or 2 seconds before killing FNX. It was literally like 1 second when he died, and if they killed him when there's no time left, he wouldn't have gotten the money for this round. Might have, money screwed him. Looks like FNX is flashing it. He's going to take this middle area.
You don't want to use that dirty word, do you?
No. I want to keep this PG-13. Even though they're killing people in the virtual world, we can't say, we got to have a nice language, okay?
Basically, it's a family show.
Family show of us killing people.
With terrorists, bombs.
All that good stuff.
Blowing up French castles.
Is this a French castle? I don't know.
It is.
It looks like a French castle.
I always thought it was German.
Oh, yeah?
But apparently it's in the French countryside, not the German countryside.
Well, how'd you learn that? Was that through Google?
I think it's like in the map details if you like check
I don't read map details. I'm sorry.
If you like inspect the files and stuff.
For how long I've been playing this game, I should read on the details.
It's for that. It's for like those techie people like me to like to.
I'm a techie person.
Dig a bit. Well, Fallen is going to drop in here to start things off for SK. Won't find anything, though. It's actually, again, a very passive hold from Liquid. They're really just trying to prevent them from getting out, not necessarily trying to keep them in. If they push out, that's obviously where they're going to find their death, but it's not the case this time. Fallen picks up a first kill. He even dinks Nitro down to 9 HP, or brings him very low indeed. JDM makes an aggressive push, but now's not going to find a kill. What he does catch, though, is that there is a presence here, so there really should not be a reason at this point for Pimp to be sticking this far into the A bomb site, unless it was going to be a serious fake. There's JDM, though, grabbing Cold, follows it up with a second on a Taco. This absolutely screws the hit over. And not only this, but Nitro's aligned. However, he messes up his spray, so that barges it open, and they're just going to hit the A site now, which puts pressure on Pimp.
Yeah, Pimp's in the bomb site, waiting for these guys to peek. One's coming through the broken wall. Nice no-scope by Pimp.
It's a headshot, too.
He's bringing it now. He's tired of all the haters out there talking bad about him. He's going to show you why Team Liquid's picked this guy up.
At the moment, doing quite well, keeping this to a close scoreline, 5-7 now. And it looks like SK are going to be pretty much broke heading into this next round. They're only going to bring upgraded pistols to the table just to round out to that 2K buy margin. Team Liquid, of course, still rolling with a double up setup on Pimp and JDM. Of course, the rest will have no problem investing on M4s.
Looks like a pretty standard default for SK. We have FNX lurking and listening in the middle. You see he's always in the same spot at the start of the round. You could hear people push in the middle area from the spot even. And JDM picks off early. Cold Zero tried to lurk through, or I'm sorry, Fallen tried to lurk through the smoke.
Though is going to catch some more of these players that are trying to push drop, and well, I mean, to be completely honest, this hit goes nowhere from SK. It's just a disaster. They try to push in. The closest thing they got to a kill was on Hiko, bringing him to 6 HP. FNX wanted to pressure the drop room as his last attempt, but he gets denied there. Molotov, perfectly timed to keep him out.
CZ instead of the Tech 9. Interesting choice. Tech 9 this bad nowadays? I mean, personally, I don't like it anymore.
I've noticed more and more CZs nowadays. On both sides.
I would like more 5.7.
Like
that gun is broken. 5.7 is broken. If you're hearing me, please fix 5.7s. I'm tired of people one-shotting people cross them, you know, just one-shot.
Who are you yelling at?
People who ever balance this game. That's who I'm yelling at. Fix the 5.7.
Like they're watching this stream.
They could be. You never know. Maybe you know, he's at home in his underwear having a beer. I don't know. He could be watching this game.
He might be.
Yeah, you just never know.
Battery's working on the new gun sounds for the AK and the M4.
Oh, please, no. No.
You know it's coming, dude.
No.
I'll give it 2 weeks.
Don't do that to me. Looks like FXX, so he's going to go for it. There's no one in A. Team Liquid just giving it up completely. That's a little unfair. I mean, it's 5-on-1 and no one in A. I mean, they still win the round, but you know, you at least want to see one person in A kind of spotting it a little better.
But for now, it will be another round pickup for Team Liquid. And look at this. This has been like a very one-sided half for either team. You can see 6 rounds in a row there for SK. They find 1 in the middle of a Liquid streak, but they've pretty much had a run of their own. They have 2 rounds being traded out and then 4 more. So they've rounded this back quite nicely. On the cusp of possibly tying this up, if not outright taking the lead if they can pick up the next 2. SK, though, they're tired of this. They want to get back into the mix themselves, and they're going to go for a full 5-man execute out on a platform. Enough screwing with drop. Enough of this faking towards A. We're just going to go for a straight-out push. Ali's trying to hold initially. Picks up that first kill, but Showtime will trade things down. And also FNX will find JDM in the open. And what? Fallen grabs Hiko seemingly through the door, but it looks like he actually had an angle just to find his head. He's peeked out a bit too far, it seems.
Yeah, it was a nice shot by Fallen on Hiko. He just spotted his head and clicked, and there was game over from there. Nice run by SK. I like their I like how they worked that B bomb site just with 1 or 2 flashes in the smoke, and then it just went fast. So it's a little different from the smoke B execute that we see from a lot of teams, and it catches Liquid a little off guard how fast they just jumped in the bomb site. So great round by SK.
Pimp again is going to hold now with Nitro to try and stop the pressure from falling back outside. Picks up that first kill. Also finding a second connection, not going to be the kill, but then Nitro peeks out, finishes off 2 more, and the 3rd one. So great economical damage being done at the end. Ultimately, they don't win the round, and SK will be able to hold the lead at half regardless of the outcome of this one off of that. What that does do, though, is again, it is going to bring down some of these players on SK, notably Taco and Cold. Taco's got to go down to a Tech 9 buy, and Cold Zero is also going to pick up a Galil here. Everything's just a little bit better for Team Liquid, increasing their odds slightly to try and bring this end to an 8-7 half.
A double op by Team Liquid, so they're going to change it up a little bit. I haven't seen the double op setup just yet. And SK sending all 5 people towards the B bomb site area. JDM's boosted up. He's waiting for this pick. He gets a pick on Fallen, falls back. And Showtime with nice exchange. So 4-on-4.
move out there too. Taco, look at him just walking up to the site. There's a player by Fountain, but he can't pressure him at all. Elige catches it, but far too late. He already had the impact here. We go down into a 2-on-2. Nitro still trying to counter push his way in from drop as he rotates into the site. The Showtime realizes here, though, he's still pulling out the gun as he tries to toss the smoke. Perfect timing on the peak from Nitro. And now it's Cold to try and clutch this out 1v2. Hasn't spotted the player pushing by door yet. That's going to be Nitro creeping in. The big man is going to be pimped, though. Unfortunately, doesn't realize that the op is in his hand, so he just walked right into his own death. And that will guarantee the 7th round for Liquid. They'll bring it close. And indeed, it will be just about as close as it can be at the half. 8-7 indeed. SK started off well, but run into struggles. Slow executes, trying to play with drop for too much. It doesn't work very well. And because of that, they will lose their advantage. It'll be very, very close indeed. Stick around, guys. And we'll be coming back to you with the second half here in just a few moments.
He's going to get the one kill in that bomb coming onto the side. FNX has to stay up. Triple FNX! Oh my god, what a way to win that round! They don't have a smoke, so this orb is still. Oh,
ESL Pro League is brought to you in part by Logitech G, Pay Safeguard, TheScoreEsports.com, Mountain Dew, and ESEA.
Hello, and welcome back once again, guys, to the ESL Pro League. We are jumping into the second half now of Team Liquid versus SK. It is the rematch from the Major. Bears is with me.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good, man.
It was a nice comeback by Team Liquid right there.
It was a nice comeback.
SK only won 2 rounds after Team Liquid won their first round. After that,
I mean, overall, like I said, a lot of hesitance started to all of a sudden show itself for the guys on SK there. That's when they started losing these initial exchanges. And then, you know, they went back to like these straightforward B executes, but they were playing around a lot with drop. Hiko was actually doing a really good job of punishing some of that. And overall, I think towards the end, we saw SK to try to brute force their way outside. That was where they got that extra round. But after that, obviously, Team Liquid adjust, and they punished that again for the final round. So really good stuff from them. They bring them to 8-7. Now, though, they're going to be jumping onto the T side, and we need to see some good strats from them to be able to counter out SK.
yeah, let's see if Team Liquid is able to finish strong, because they already won 7 of the rounds in the half, and I want them to be able to keep putting up a fight and not giving up.
This is probably going to be their, in my eyes at least, this is probably going to be like their best chance to take a map off SK, because the second map we're going to is Mirage, and that's like Brazilian territory to a very large degree, especially in the North American matchup.
I mean, I'm sure Team Liquid has a bad taste in their mouth from last time they played Luminosity, as SK was team beforehand, with Cold Zero jumping up people,
A bit far back now.
jumping up people. That's my jumping up, like just in disbelief. Jumping up people.
So you and Moses share the same beliefs then, I imagine.
I mean, it should not be jumping up in the game. Take it
Probably
away. Hold the gun.
The best part
Have
is
you holding up before? It thing's like probably 30
You know,
pounds at least.
this
You're
is-
trying to jump with this and shoot accurately? No, that doesn't work.
This is probably like really dangerous, and I am not asking anyone to do this, but someone should make a video. Again, I'm not actually
No.
asking you to do this. Who actually has a real AWP of them trying to jump and shoot a target. Again, I'm not asking you to do that.
He's not.
I'm just
Allegedly.
saying, if
Allegedly.
someone had the capability to make that video, it might make a good point.
It might make a good point. But again, we are in a virtual world. This
Granted,
isn't
CSGO
real life.
is not necessarily grounded in realism,
Yeah, that's
considering the
true.
stuff that can be done.
Yeah. I mean, I could get shot with a pistol in the head and survive. I mean, that's just a whole different story. I mean, we live in a virtual world right now. This is virtual CS, FPS shooting.
You know what's greatest too is people found a way. There's that like 100% accuracy
Oh,
jumping.
Oh
shot
yeah,
now
I
with
saw
the
that
op.
video. I'm disgusted.
So I'm
by
waiting
it.
for someone to do that now.
Don't remind me, please.
Which it's probably happened already. We just haven't noticed it because like we're so used to jumping kills by this point.
I just get a bad taste in my mouth.
All right, let's get into the second half, ladies and gentlemen. Team Liquid now are going to push their way into the B halls. However, they're not going to head towards B itself. Most are actually heading over here towards outside. And this would allow SK to a certain degree to jump up on top there and peek for info, but they're hanging back for now.
SK with no kits, so you don't want to play the long game and the plan against the setup. And Liquid, though, they're rushing towards A halls, but it looks like it's going to be a fake little around the world. The old oop-de-oop, you know? You get a fake rush here. Oh, you're not there. We're going all the way back around. But SK does not see it. I do not believe they heard or see it, so they're not going to be fooled by this tomfoolery.
Nope, and they're going to start to shift players. They start to slowly cheat them over here towards the B bomb site. So Liquid have still a task on their hands. The good news is they've done all this with a whole load of time left on the clock. Still a minute to go here. So, I mean, in theory, if they wanted to go like with the Strout roulette strat, where you have to kill a player and change the site you're going to every time, it's still a possibility now to try and do that. And the first one challenging him here is going to be Taco. Standing up on top, he gets decked by Elige. They're going to move forward. Still a bit hesitant here just to make sure nobody tries to outclass them for Broken Wall. It won't be the case. FNX will be a bit of a nuisance inside of Chicken Coop. And Cold back by the Rock, too. He's actually stopping them from pushing out even further. So they'll have to boost a player up. That's going to be Pimp moving in to try and shut down Cold, but he can't find the shots necessary either. Team Liquid are actually struggling to a big degree. Nonetheless, finally, here comes the impact. JDM and Pimp forward some ground here. They pick up 2 more kills. Fallen responds, though. Into a 2-on-3 we go, but FNX will finally be eliminated from the Chicken Coop, and it's all on Fallen, who will be taken down by Hiko, who racks up 2 kills on this round and ties the game up in Team Liquid's favor.
Yeah, that was pretty much straight-up firefight right there. Aim versus aim, and a Team Liquid comes out on top. Not too much different in there. And it looks like SK going with a standard buy on second round, lose first round. Fallen, though, saving it up because he's going to buy up for himself or for coldzera. I do not know yet.
So the investment here, too, leads itself on SK. It's actually fairly light, since, as you mentioned there, they are saving up a bit more than we would normally expect. Taco just buying the Deagle with no armor behind it, so probably looking to jiggle peek himself a little bit there, just shoulder peek. He has the walls, a bit of natural armor, I guess you could say, but Elige rounding the corner, looking to punish these guys. There's Cold, though, doing some work with the CZ. Nitro moving out there. Hiko finding a second frag. They will get site control, but SK don't like this. They want to very quickly contest this, although unfortunately they're not doing a very good job. FNX has found 1 kill against Hiko. That seems to be where most of the impact has come from, and the last one alive is Taco. Now, granted, he's got Nitro and a JDM down at 5 HP, so in theory, if he finds 2 shots, that's 2 quick kills right there. Pimp is still going to be the hardest target to take down. We'll see if he even really decides to push out onto the side. He may just post up here and wait for anyone lurking in for a kill.
Yeah, I think it's not reasonable for him to win the round, but I think for him to get as many kills as possible, maybe even sneak away with a gun, is his main priority right now.
You can see, too, he is going to be sneaking up slowly. He's found one of them, and there's that first shot. There's that first one-shot player that he's able to pick up. The second one's even going to be chasing him, too, which is a bit ballsy, if I do say so myself. But it works out. Actually doesn't check close to that door, so JDM grabs the kill anyway.
I've seen a lot of people in that spot lately, so if you're ever playing this map, check that spot, please. Thank you.
So he'll keep himself alive, carrying the SMG into the 3rd round. And the rest of the reinvestments roll in. As SK obviously takes this one as a light buy. Just a P250 for Taco, and a Splat for Fallen. I think that's going to be the only investment we shall see.
And SK stacking 4 people towards that B bomb site. Liquid, though, are pretty spread out. They have Hiko watching that B push, and 4 Liquid decides to go through that middle area. They're going to clear out danger. Elige is rushing through house. Showtime, though, I think he spots him and then falls back immediately. And Fallen and coldzera are rushing back immediately, and Elige getting the first kill. The bomb site's all open to them with Fallen behind the under heaven area.
As well, kind of out in the open here too, but Pimp at the moment doing most of the punishing work here as SK try to rotate back in. At the moment, just a shooting gallery. Only down to 2 left alive here now. Scratch that, just 1, as FNX was up on platform trying to see if anybody was going to pinch to make sure that there was nobody left alive at the end of it. It isn't really advantageous to do it on the 3rd round since there is that minimal investment anyway, but FNX actually in a position where he may be able to scrape up the kill. And again, going to be denied. He grabs the dink on Elige, but he'll still make it out with 2 HP.
And it looks like Fallen did drop the op for coldzera. Fallen not playing the op role right now. I wonder why. I wonder why he decides not to op at all for this match.
Maybe trusting coldzera with it a bit more. I mean, to be completely honest, we haven't seen much of Fallen in this game at this point.
SK is known for having that 2-op kind of setup, and they're not playing it. And it's looked like it's going to bite them because they are losing the match by 2 rounds so far, and the momentum's all in Team Liquid favor.
So Cold's going to put himself down onto the B bomb site, where we will see Fallen actually stacking with Showtime here towards long A instead, looking to punish here. So it may have something to do with the way that they want to formulate specifically on this round. But Team Liquid aren't really going to be playing into that type of a setup anyway. They've got 4 guys sitting up on top of drop right now. Obviously not all of them are going to be pushing inside of here more than likely. But at the moment, beyond this play, it will probably lead itself into being just a default B push.
Yeah, Liquid taking their time, trying to bait out nades and any Molotovs and flashes. They're going to take control of this drop area and trying to lurk and hold and just trying to pick people off from the spot. This is a very strong spot to be in as a terrorist. You're able to control that B bomb site a little easier if you have people in this area. And FNX is waiting very patiently. Him and Fallen got kind of like a little crossfire happening if one flash and baits. But it looks like they're just going to hold it out as Team Liquid are sending the rest, 2 or 3 of their players towards that long B platform.
FNX is in for the long fight now too, but well, it won't be very long. Nitro's just going to duck him down. Showtime as well can't see anything, so it's all cold at this point. Now he can assist a bit better as the flash is gone. He's going to be focused once more. I'm actually pushing out a chicken and finding some impact here, but he loses Showtime. He can't do anything. Cold, though, boxing out there, finds a second kill. Now a third, diving into the smoke. He's a ninja right now, and here comes Taco to the rescue, who shuts down the final 2. But the main driving force on that round comes from Cold, who hangs at a chicken coop, and for some reason, Liquid aren't able to punish it.
Cold just pushing through smoke. He has big balls right now, just pushing through, like no fear. He's like, out-aim me, I dare you. I dare you to out-aim me.
I guess at the very least that justifies giving him the op over Fallen at the beginning of the round, because we were definitely questioning that. So he comes out with a big play and answers our questions for us. And Team Liquid still having enough cash, of course, to reinvest here, but this is going to be it. They are left with really not a whole lot of cash after this.
SK, they're playing a 3 towards A bomb site, so this is an interesting strategy by SK. Most people on this map is known for hitting B a lot and sending a lot of people towards B, and so it's definitely a mind game here with SK to stack 3 people towards an A bomb site, especially that pushed up. So I would like to see SK start pushing maybe and trying to find some information out, but looks like they're going to play passive, and Cole gets an easy pick. He's giving him picks. Team Liquid looks like they're going to do a similar setup by sending people by the drop area and holding it out.
Nades to allow Liquid to try and push out the window here, but no follow-up inside just yet. Hoping to kind of push back and dissuade any players from moving in there. However, SK, again, like we mentioned before, is still playing it pretty passively anyway with their CT setup. Fallen is here to sort of late push in the event they start to go for a take, and the others, it's pretty much an identical setup to what we saw in the last round. I think the only difference is that FNX is playing a more active roll up to the site instead of hanging back by the rock where he kind of got screwed by utility on the last round. And then when he finally peaked, got overwhelmed by the drop players. Here's coldzera though, and this time he's not going to last very long. Neither will FNX. That was very poor coverage setup. And so Liquid just get full control of the site. Fallen's definitely not going to push in now. He's going to wait for Showtime and Taco to get in position.
Hiko boosting him up on the tree spot, and Fallen easily picked off by Elige, just double shotting people, headshots, why not? Easy cheesy.
So a slightly different setup, but I mean, regardless, Team Liquid punish it. The big problem there is that Cold's still playing from that chicken coop position, so they're ready for it this time. And still with only 2 in the site itself, it's actually really easy to get control, and the retake just never really panned out.
Nitro opting out to buy MAC-10 over any rifle, which is pretty smart because they know this is going to be an eco round, and he's going to try to build up that bankroll. And Liquid is going to send 4 people towards A with Hiko sitting back watching that B push. Hiko the lurker. What are you going to do?
Fallen gets decked, and again on this eco round, we're not going to be seeing all that much from SK. Both of the natural A site defenders are already gone. We've got one actually rotating in pretty quickly, but he's decked too, even though he tries to go for a crazy play, pushing in through the smoke on the doorway. Cole's the closest one still in the site here, but still, with a T250, we're not expecting much. Down will go FNX trying to lurk his way through the B halls, and Nitro's about to flash his way right into coldzera's face. Works out, leaping in, down goes his head.
Yeah, I'm surprised he even dodged that flashbang. Some sick game sense right there by coldzera. Even though he gets taken down, Team Liquid is up 12-9, and SK looking a little flat right now. They started off hot, and then it looks like they're slowing down a lot and can't find their edge on CT side of the map.
Now again, just looking at this, the economy is starting to become a pretty big issue here too for SK. This was essentially double save territory now because they're into another odd buy. Fallen has to go for a shotgun pickup, and the rest are still just working with their regular upgraded pistols. CZ armor for FNX, BT50 armor for Showtime. The rest just have the pistols, they don't even get armor. And they're gonna finally just go for a full-on stack at B since Liquid have been pressuring it for so long. They switched up in that last round, so maybe they're hoping they go back to the default play again, but it doesn't appear to be the case. Most are kind of sitting outside of the steps leading up to the B halls. But eventually this will turn itself into just a direct A hit up the ramp. I imagine a few more could push suicide as well, as we're going to see now from Elige.
I'm surprised SK bought pistols at this point, because they only get 2,400, I believe, if they lose this round. And so now if they buy out next round, they won't have full nades and head armor.
Hiko just playing with them there, using the triple shot to bait some of them out, and then finishes one of them off with the Glock anyway. Keeps himself alive, FNX. With that CZ buy, I'm not even actually sure if he's going to go for this now. We'll see if he can move in and maybe try to grab a gun off of one of his teammates, but ends up finding Nitro and a bullet to the face instead. So Liquid just plowing through this second half, as it would seem, and they're only 3 rounds away from winning the map.
Yeah, and SK, with the kind of, they do get some utility, but they don't have ops. I would like to have seen either Cold Zero or Fallen save a little more from last round and not buy anything so they can have an op this round. I like ops, I think it's great. They only have 1 kit. They have flashes and smokes. But it looks like Team Liquid doing their 4-1, send 4 people towards platform, trying to lurk it out, maybe see if they can catch him one way through the smoke. And Hiko drops down fast in the drop area, taking out FNX, and he's still lurking through that area. Cold Zero's in a tough spot. He's going to push through the smoke and gets him. Now it's a 4-4 in favor of nobody, because it's 4-4. But Taco's in the bomb site. He picks off, Cold Zero picks him off too. Now it's a 2-on-4 in favor of SK.
Taco playing with them so much right now as well. Just using his position by the statue. He's not even peeking anymore. Finally goes for it here. Spots one of them, but the flashbang on Liquid prevents them from responding. These two are stuck dead to rights on the site. Running down the timer. There's still a minute left, so plenty of time in theory for Liquid to turn it around, but with the current position, it's going to be very hard to do so. A good nade connects on a Taco, but they need to push him, so at the very least, they get some more room on the site to play with here. Using the smoke to stop that player in drop from playing with them as well. And now Jadam's going to move in, but he misses the shot. This will prompt the push from the rock position. That's Cold Zera taking him down. And Nitro's not going to last very long either. Cold Zera grabs a 4K there. Survives around with only 1 HP, but still does the damage. And finally stops Team Liquid from piercing these sights.
That is CS 101 by Cold Zero. As soon as he heard that off shot, he peeked immediately to exchange the kill. So it's pretty smart by him. Good play by Cold Zero.
Taco having some good effectiveness too. Really, I mean, his position on Fountain stopped Liquid from pushing any further into the site, and I mean that's what stopped that 2-on-4 from getting any more out of control.
And sometimes it's not about the kills; it's about staying alive, which wins you rounds.
Standing still.
I see a lot of people always peeking, always trying to get kills, and it hurts them in the long run. Sometimes you just gotta stay alive, so they have the back of their mind, hey, there's still a guy alive here. We can't move. We can't plant. You know.
Shoutouts to you, specifically. But for Team Liquid here now, finally dropping around, and keep in mind too, it's still fairly close with SK already being up at 10 rounds themselves, but Liquid being able to rebuy immediately into this now, and probably having 1 more force up, if not 2 after this. They're going to go right back to the strat now, which is going to go for the fast execute out onto the B bomb site here. Cold Zero not directly peeking just yet, but he should have been able to spot some of these guys if he did. He knows they're there now, but they know he's here in Chicken Coop. This has been his favorite spot, and it's very obvious that it is, so the Molotov, after he's sprayed down, burns them. Liquid find 3 kills before Fallen moves in there to pick up Elige, and he's going to be blind too. Perfect timing on these support flashes. Liquid's looking way better today, and way more organized as well, playing as a 5-man unit finally, instead of a scattered team. Showtime's going to give this up, call the save, and it'll be a 14th for Liquid, and it'll reset the losing bonus for SK.
Yeah, SK's in big trouble right now. They're going to be low on money. It's going to be on the 14th round for Team Liquid. They're going to have to almost play for the tie. If Showtime loses his gun, this is not looking good at all for Team SK.
And so looking at what exactly SK are going to be able to buy, I mean, at this point you would think they would try to just fully invest here to try and win out, but Cold Zera and FNX are sitting under 2,000, so that may not even be the case. They will go for it, though. It's going to be a big buy from FNX. Shotgun pickup from Taco along with Showtime. but they don't actually buy armor behind it, so they are leaving some money on some of these guys. Fallen specifically sitting at 3,200, so he's actually got a crap load of cash left over. It's really only FNX that forces up. The rest are still sitting in an okay position to buy on the next round, just giving themselves the upgraded pistols. Maybe forge a bit of hope here if they can catch some good angles against Liquid.
Yeah, Team Liquid knows that if they buy anything, it's going to be with either pistols or maybe a shotgun, especially for this kind of map. And so Liquid's going to just stay back, try to use their numbers. They're a little spread out, but they're in a position where they could easily rotate and try to work something together.
And again, it's going to be actually coldzera playing up close to the broken wall instead of one of the shotguns. We have Taco playing in the drop room, and Showtime is actually focused on an A-long approach, which could be bad, too, if Liquid's push comes in without needing close-up trades here. coldzera denied by Nitro. There's Taco finding one, however. Catches a player in the drop room. The Deagle's trying to work up close, but that's not going to pay off either. Nitro grabs that kill. With Eco dispatching of Taco, you have only the players that were at A-long left over. In a 4-on-2. One of them, I believe, has already been spotted. He's retrieved an AK, so he's definitely falling back to save that. And I believe Showtime won't even really push in. He's just going to sit back and look for exits.
Yes, and I think at this point, I think some of the Team Liquid members should start chasing these people down and try to kill them. You know you're probably going to win the round. You have 4 people alive against their 2. You have your exit's covered, so you might as well push and try to force the kill. You have lots of money in the bank as well. And it looks like the JDM does that to Showtime. Now after next, he misses the shot against Nitro. So good round by Team Liquid to really finish that round strong. And now SK, what are they going to do?
Their buy rolls in, and I mean, even this buy is looking a bit shaky, to be honest. You would think that that full save would have solidified it, but the 2-round losing bonus that they now get, it still doesn't leave them with a lot. Fallen gets an op.
Finally, an op after 26 rounds in, he's going to start the op.
It's glass cannon, though. That's the problem. So he can't even really...
Welcome to the game, Fallen.
He can't even play too aggressively with it. And the rest are either working with... And we got 1 and 4, 1 from Moss on the board. Elige actually does make a pretty bold move, which is going to get punished. And that'll put a P90 into the hands of FNX. Probably stops additional drop pressure. Not only this, but Fallen in suicide. He grabs a shot. It doesn't get a kill, though, and he is traded out by JDM on the way back up the suicide step. So this will prompt a fast take. Molotov just burns itself in the face of FNX, and he's going to be taken down by JDM. We see another player try to cross it. That's Showtime that gets eliminated here. More of them just holding the line. Hiko picks up a kill. coldzera finding one with the shotgun, but he is alone at range with this thing. I doubt he's going to be able to do anything, and he shan't. So JDM will take him down, and Team Liquid will be taking the first map here against SK, starting off the Brazilian season at 0-1.
That was impressive work by Team Liquid, and SK may be a little uneasy with having a replacement for Fur, because if you watch a lot of their play, Fur is a big person on their team where he does all the small work, you know, nading, baiting, and stuff that kind of stuff, and that takes teamwork and timing. So maybe SK is a little kind of shaky on that, and it is their first game of the season, so hopefully they could be able to pick it up next map.
They got one more to go, and we'll be having that in a little bit. But to break down this map specifically, we've got, of course, Davey and Tom at the desk. Tom, what was up with that?
I don't know. To me, it just seemed like Team Liquid really wanted that win. I think that they're, a little upset that they didn't take the tournament over the weekend against C9 in the finals. And like I was saying, this is their opportunity to strike. This is SK Gaming's first game of Season 4, and Team Liquid took full advantage of that.
Yeah, this is definitely the best performance we've seen from the new Team Liquid. Pimp had a great game this game. I think he was top fragging. He had a bunch of huge rounds, big 3Ks, big 4Ks. Pimp played really well. Their whole team played really well. They had really good strategies towards the B bomb site. They had really good executes. They were isolating Cold and Chicken with the op. And overall, Liquid just had a really strong performance this game.
Yeah, you can see Pimp 27-8, so a pretty impressive performance. Now,
yeah,
why were they able to, keep SK Gaming, so not on tilt, but just, on the back of their heels pretty much? Their executes were flawless, and they just kept SK, guessing the whole game.
Well, a big thing, like, Showtime is a really good player. Don't get me wrong. I personally think he's a really strong player, but when you're missing a player like Fur, who just has that relentless aggression, high skill, raw aim, when you're missing a player like that on your team, it does affect you. And even though Showtime is a good player and he's a good replacement, it's still not SK at their full strength.
Yeah.
But we can't take too much away from Liquid because they played this game really well. Pimp played really well. This is the first time we've really seen him excel in a game with this team. And I think that brought the whole team up to a new level.
Yeah, meanwhile, while Pimp's going off, Showtime, Taco, and Fallen kind of struggling, coldzera, and FNX looking, really strong. But, we can see coldzera's stats, 20-19. 19. You know, he didn't really show any signs of rust. It seemed like SK Gaming, you know, they were a little bit slow once Team Liquid really put the belly on them.
Yeah, well, Cold had that big round in the first half, the big clutch, and like he did play really well. Cold still played well. Overall, their team didn't play that bad. I think it was really just Liquid playing extremely well.
Yeah.
I don't think SK played bad for the most part. They had a couple rounds that they probably should have won. They were struggling to hold the B bomb site a little bit, but I would contribute that more to Liquid doing really good takes where they would take over drop control and then do a B execute, and that's really hard as a CT. If you're giving up drop control and the Ts have a really good B execute, that's really hard to hold, especially with only 3 people.
Yeah, pretty much just a breakthrough performance for Pimp and the rest of Team Liquid. Again, they started off 0-4, and now they've had a 5-map winning streak. So just a really impressive performance overall from Team Liquid. But guys, I want to give a shout out to the Score Esports. That's the best place for news and stats. Go ahead, take out your phone, your iOS or Android device, go to the Google Play App Store and check it out. And don't go anywhere. We're going to have the second map coming up between these two teams right after the break.